whenever like in the house that you're renting by the room, uh, what would you say is important when selecting tenants? Because obviously you're sharing a kitchen with somebody, or do you share the kitchen? Like, what would be some of the things that you would look for in tenants? And are there certain lessons that you would, or certain advice that you would give to somebody when selecting a tenant if you're planning on maybe house hacking, if you're going to be living with the individual in this under the same roof?
Yeah, so renting by the room is one strategy
Mm.
in this house hacking umbrella, right? If you don't feel comfortable living with people, then yeah, I would do the duplex, triplex, or quad, or you do the accessory dwelling unit, you've got your own living space. But the rent by the room will probably be your most profitable. So if you are in a position where you can do that and I want to, then I highly recommend it. To answer your question about how do you pick your tenants, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really more of an art than it is a science. It's okay, like first off, I always go to Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, Trulia, Hub, like every place you can, you list your ads for the room. When you you want to get as much exposure as you can, so you've got the largest possible pool to pick from. What I've seen people have the most success is kind of niche out your place, and what I mean by that is we're in Colorado, so it's like, hey, snowboarder house. So if you're a snowboarder or skier, like we all go up to the mountains every weekend. Would be great to get involved. And so that way you've got people that are going to be friendly with each other and are similar.
Mm.
And so when you have people that are similar, their tolerance is a little bit higher, right? Like if your friend doesn't wash a dish, it's not as big of a deal as like if some stranger that you think is really annoying and plays his music too loud, doesn't wash a dish, right? And so you get these people that actually know each other, or don't know each other, but at least would be friends maybe anyway, and kind of cultivate that culture. And that is what I've seen people have the most success in terms of renting out by the room.
So it's almost like if you have different people with completely different interests, like somebody likes like loud music and the other people are like trying to, like a working professional, it may create some sort of clash versus like, it's almost like in a real estate team, like having the same core values. If you guys have the same core values, it'll make it easier for you guys to get along.
Yeah, and you also want to make sure, like, you want to do your background checks and your credit checks and all that stuff kind of goes to say, right? Like you'll find that in any blog article or textbook or whatever. But, the stuff that is the juicy stuff, I think, is, how do you market your place and how do you actually like attract rather than, attraction rather than recruitment, like attract people to your place rather than just recruit them to your living place.